tell me about this, all right? Because you said you're going to come in Liam's, what was it, E30?
E28.
E28. And then you said he's going to work throughout the whole night to get this ready to come here.
Yeah, so
How?
way back from Stance, brake line ripped off of it, which then burnt through CV books. It had like hung down. It just basically it shit its pants. But on the way to Stance, it also set on fire.
What?
Yeah, I had an electrical fire before we even left my house on way to Ultimate
Fuck
Flex in
off.
October, yeah.
These painters trying to build cars.
Fuck, I'm not a painter, I'm a panel beater. I stick stuff together, not make it shine.
So what?
Me being Mardy, I literally just...
Was
put
it a fuse box or?
No, it's just, I think the only bit of wiring on that car, near enough, that's still factory Volkswagen, is the light loom.
So that was definitely not that's caught fire. It was something else.
Yeah,
Oh, it was that.
the only thing I've not touched.
Oh, fuck it up.
But yeah, just a dodgy earth, and it just melted all wires for backlights, basically. So there were a lot of smoke, but not quite as many flames, which is always a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no smoke without fire, that's what they're saying, isn't it?
So what, you left it since Ultimate Dabs, you just left it dead?
Yeah, well, since Stance, basically, I got face
Stance?
on.
What?
October.
Oh, yeah, October, yeah. Jesus.
I just got face on with it. It was clotted with CV grease absolutely everywhere. And there were a couple of other little things that have been annoying me with it. Like last year, it did like 6,000 miles, that car. Go all around, doing different shows. So yeah, it gets its fair share of hammer, and it's pretty much.
Fucking hell.
It's never been too bad, has it?
I think I've done about 6 miles in my Mach 2. Push miles.
Yeah.
Push miles.
So
Nice.
yeah, it just got kicked in the garage and all that. I just need to forget about this for a bit because I've got other stuff going on. And then...
So what did you have to do to get it ready to come here last night?
Basically, sump, because I'd smashed sump as well.
So you got a new sump?
Yeah.
You fitted that in?
CV joint, brake line, reblade brakes. And I've done a temporary fix on lights in back, but I'm going to rewire all rear lights and take it all back. And then there's a few other bits that I want to sort. Like the Master, it's got like a bias pedal box in it as well, so I want to just redo all the pipe work in it and stuff, which is a job I've been putting off for a while. So
what time did you finish?
I finished it. I messaged you with a video, didn't I, of it running and on floor.
I think at 10, 11 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
What? So you've actually pulled...
No, I went to bed. I did go to bed.
Oh, you went to bed? Yeah.
You were back on it this morning. It was like 2 hours before we left.
Oh,
that's why I was just waiting at home. Like, am I going to clean my car? Am I just leaving it?
I'm like, no, I can't. I want to take it.
Right. Okay. That's fucking sick. That's some good
I
effort.
was actually planning on, because I've got a few other ideas for it. What I wanted to do for this coming season.
Yeah.
But it turns out doing this show, it's quite a lot of work. And I hadn't had any time to even look at it or touch it. And then I was doing other cars also. I've got a Civic Jordan, and that needed paint and a bit of welding and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, right, I'll get that one out of the way because that's a bit easier.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a break from that because I did
I think you get bored after a while, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I just wanted to get that looking right. And then I was planning really not on using that until my wedding in June, really. I wanted it as a wedding car in June, so...
You gonna use that as a wedding car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's gotta be, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's...
the other lady in my life, really, so...
Oh, mate, good luck. That car... Nah, I thought about proposing. I ain't got money for that yet. This is... Buying a house just drained me. And having a kid, also.
Yeah,
They're
many
quite
expensive things. We're on about all that way down, weren't we? It was a long drive, so we got talking about a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's
all expensive.
Do you know what? I was gonna get some Rich Tea biscuits the other day, right? I know it's a bit weird. Right? I remember buying them for 80p for a pack. They're £1 fucking 80. £1 fucking 80 for Rich Tea biscuits.
Mate,
but you can buy Oreos for £1 with chocolate, the white beer in the middle. £1. Rich Tea biscuit, £1 fucking 80.
Bit more bang for your buck with Oreo.
That's fucking stupid. Yeah. So yeah, it's fucking everything's expensive. But so apart of this car, have you had any projects on before this, or is that your first?
That this is the first build that I've done that's like to a full a show car basically.
Yeah.
It's not an out and out show car because it does get driven quite a lot.
We put 6,000 miles on it, so
yeah, and then
That was last year, wasn't it?
that was just the last season, and then year before that it were off road. I've done about 20,000 odd miles on it.
Oh, fair play.
It goes down to Players Classic from Sheffield. So
it's a fucking track. Yeah.
The only thing that's left to tick off is like a European trip. I want to do something in Europe.
Nah, go do an NC 500.
Oh, with a sump as low as that.
Actually, yeah. No, it's got me. I was struggling in the fucking rental van. Let alone this. Yeah, maybe not.
Somewhere you don't want to get stranded.
Yeah, especially with the fucking modified Mark 1 Golf.
I'd be lying if I said it were nice to drive. It is.
Bodensee, Italian fucking Wörthersee thing next year.
Is that confirmed now? Then?
Yeah, May.
That's pretty sick, that.
Yeah, that's fruity, that, isn't it? I'm glad it's Italy.
Yeah.
There's been a few places.
Is it any would it be any closer? How far is it?
Italy's closer than
That's nice.
Wörthersee, yeah.
How is it? Because
I'm sure it is, isn't it? It's like 20
it's basically the fucking same distance. But to get to the border, and depends. But he's doing, so XS is doing this 4 pop-up shows. So you've got morning, evening, and morning and evening, or evening and morning, and then evening, whatever. I think it's over 3 days. I don't really know. I don't know.
It's an evening and morning sometimes.
Yeah, but they're doing 4 shows day after another, and that should be cool.
That'd be fucking sick, that.
I'd be up for doing that.
Yeah.
It had to go somewhere that like as scenic as what Wörthersee were, because like the roads out there, it was so picturesque.
Oh, it's amazing. You've done Wörthersee?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
What did you go in then?
I went 2019, and you go.
I think 2017, 2018. But I had like a newer Scirocco, like Mark III. So it were modified, but it were a bit nice to drive over there.
Yeah.
But that were one of them things where I finished putting a box in it at like 10:30 at night, and then we set off to Ferry. So it were a nice test drive.
Yeah, I think those are the best ones.
Yeah, it's always been fun.
I think the.
That were fucked, like driving through night, and I've been working on it all day, but it was good fun.
I feel like you underplayed that story quite a lot. It was pretty ridiculous.
We're obsessed.
Like, oh yeah, I just put a gearbox in my car and then drove.
Well, I went to put a clutch in it.
Or whatever it is.
I went to put a clutch in it that day, or that week, and then there were all clutches exploded. I just thought it was slipping.
Yeah.
So they're all in bell housing. So then I had to find a gearbox. Got the gearbox rebuilt. Then we got clutch in with one of them stupid fucking self-adjusting ones.
Yeah.
So supplier again is wrong one, so it was like 1 mil difference, which makes a massive fucking difference because faceplate was sliding around. So we had to swap it over. So by the time I'm fucking about, I think we pulled it out off at ramp at like 10:30 at night. Drove to mine, got a bag, put some shit in it, and then drove to Wörthersee. So then we
And made it there. And you made it there and you made it back.
I were here at that, were I?
No one that makes Joe. I made him drive when we got into Germany because fucking Ed were banging off at steering wheel. But then we're on Autobahn doing, I don't know, maxed it out basically. It worked quick, we're like 140 speedo set. And then at that point I realised 10 hours ago I put a gearbox in it, so.
That's fucking sick. That's the same story of my Mark II Golf, isn't it?
Yeah, but your Mark II Golf is spitting oil over the whole way.
Yeah, I've spent more money on oil than I have on the entire trip.
You could put it back in again.
Yeah,
literally. It
literally.
snapped though, didn't it? Just about
10 miles before our destination in Wörthersee, right? Fucking the rear stub axle melted to the rear wheel bearing melted to this rear stub axle. So I had to abandon the car on the side of a motorway, went to get a trailer and recovered it. Went to a Mark II space or like a fucking bag space kind of place, and we got it sorted. But that was a fucking amazing trip. That was sick.
It's always best ones. They do that. When we went, my fuel filter started leaking.
Yeah.
So I literally just needed O-ring. Went to a local place, and he was like €65. That's a fucking fuel filter, isn't it? I'm like, it's like £4 at home. And he just looked at me like, do you want to drive? 60. So it's €65 I had to pay for a fucking fuel filter just because I was stuck in Miller Waverson.
Yeah. But it's part of a trip.
Yeah,
But that's
exactly.
what you remember it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If everything went smoothly, you ain't gonna remember it, right?
So, it's like today, isn't it? Coming down.
Well, yeah.
What, getting fucking lost? Like, with a postcode, and I literally send you the address, like, actually, cut that off. Like, yeah, I don't want to fucking tell people my address. But,
Yeah, I live here.
but you know, I literally sent you the address, and it's like, and then you send me a video. Are we in the right place? Definitely fucking not.
He's like, I've copied and pasted it. Copied and pasted. I checked.
I definitely
You put fucking
No, I
wrong
give you that. To
postcode
be
in.
fair, the postcode depends
No, put
what
wrong
you
postcode
use.
in.
No,
Check.
depends what you use. It'll take you fucking like 10, 15 minutes away from here.
I know when I've copied and pasted something and not typed it. I
It's probably
100%
Simon that gave me the wrong postcode.
See, we hadn't checked that yet, you see.
Oh no.
But no, it were bad. Coming down were bad. He was fucking about on the phone with these stupid glasses he's got.
We've
We've been on the same road
while we're driving.
for like 140 miles, not had to take an exit. The second we pick these fucking glasses up, we're like, oh, we need to go up there. And then I was like, well, we'll have to turn round in a minute. It was like 24 miles one way, I think it was 26 mile round trip or something. It added 40 minutes to drive. So that's why we're
Fucking dipshit.
There's always a slip road or a fucking junction 5 mile away this way.
They don't do junctions down here like that.
No. No.
Half hour.
No. You ain't got no fucking junctions. You've got literally one junction each 100 miles.
Yeah.
Once you go past Birmingham, it's dead flat country, like
We've got like 29.
Tumbling
29A,
weeds.
Yeah,
then 30, and by the time you
we
go
have
through
ones
them
in between.
three junctions, it's only a 5-minute drive on M1, isn't it?
29A and 20 and 30 is like
Next
half
to each
a
other.
mile.
Yeah.
no. Welcome to the south.
Yeah.
This is actually north for me from where I'm from. This is like area I never thought I'm gonna live in. Like, there's a lot of crime here. A fucking 16-year-old kid got stabbed by another 16-year-old kid in front of his mother
Oh, wow.
in the middle of a day in a town centre.
Lovely area.
Yeah.
When we're going home.
That's that night.
No wonder hotels are
That's
so
why this house
cheap,
was
aren't
so cheap. That's why I've got double garage. Anywhere else, where we go 100 miles that way or 100 miles that way, is twice as expensive. But
Perfect area.
you know, it's all right. Other than that, it's fine. The countryside's nice. Yeah, you might find some body parts too, but
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've seen some photos on your Instagram and that. And when we pulled up, we got to that other house and stuff, I was like, we're definitely not in the right place.
no,
I'm sure there's a big fucking field near his house.
yeah, no.
Just full
Well,
of fucking...
at least now they've got postcode that they've got exact description of your house as well, so that they can come there. as
Yeah.
well. Anybody who's
Well,
listening.
I was describing photos that I put on the internet.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if people want our geo found to find it, they'll fucking will anyway. I mean, there's that fuckle to Nick. What, they gonna nick my fucking golf? Now people look at it like, what the fuck is that, mate? Where's the skip? Like, but let's a driver's collection. That's basically what you guys are here for. That's what I wanted to talk to you about is the driver's collection. How the fuck did it all start? Was it? Did you guys start off with a little the local car meet, or was it?
More.
Oh, you went straight
Yeah.
in fucking deep.
Oh no. It started basically. I started it buying and selling like automotive antiques.
Yeah.
So it was like vintage signs, like Firestone signs, and like,
Yeah.
I used to do F1 memorabilia and stuff like that as well.
So that's why it's called the driver's collection.
Yeah, because it was everything that a driver would want in his collection of crap
Okay.
in his house. Basically, that's the idea behind the name. Doesn't really make that much sense now when we think about it, but.
And so, what was that like your very first take into cars, or where?
Oh no.
No. Where? Because like, what? You're 27.
No, I'm 20. Yeah, I'm 28.
You're 28, right? So how did it all start?
Well, since I was a kid, it's like my dad were massively into cars. And stuff.
Okay, so passed on by
Yeah.
sperm.
He were more not a Del boy, but he used to buy and sell stuff. He were always repairing something on the garage or buying something to do it up and move it on, all that sort of stuff. So from a young
What, modifying or
no,
just like straight up like do upsell?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like my mum were probably worse than him, to be fair, because like every couple of weeks or every couple of months or whatever, my mum had a different car because it was one that you were buying to sell, to do up to sell, and then she was like, well, I want that, I want that. And then she ended up with all sorts of stuff from like modified EG Civics like that were lowered with Momo wheels on it and stuff to she had a Mark 5
So I
GTI.
take it he was buying them from like the old Max Power boys and...
no, he were before Max Power era, but my
Before?
mum, yeah. My
So
dad's-
what were you like,
60
what, like
now.
fucking 5-6 years old or?
Yeah, like all around. Well, Jesus, he'd been doing it. He'd been doing it since before I was born, and then when I become into like being a teenager, pretty much when he'd stopped doing it. So like, I had my first car when I was 14.
Legal?
Yeah, well, I didn't drive it.
I did. I was 10 when I was driving. On fields, but...
Yeah, well, to be fair, first car I ever drove was my nan's. She was the first person to let her drive a car.
Sweet. Nans are the best, isn't they? They're fucking... They're sweethearts.
So yeah, it probably short story is it's that like getting into cars it was just inevitable. Like my mum and dad are pretty much a petrolheads and they love everything like what we're doing now as well, don't they? So
They're quite supportive.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. My dad buzzes off it. He loves it.
That's sweet. That's good, man.
But yeah, back to what we were saying. Like, so it started off buying and selling automotive antiques. I built that, so that come out 2018.
Well, yeah, because you had. When did you have featured? Because that was on the cover, right?
Yeah, that was 2018. It was in
20 odd. So when you finished, when you dropped to, you had a feature.
Yeah, that it got shot before anybody had seen colour or anything. So the photographer was shooting another car at the place where I worked, seeing that were in mid-build, getting built, and I was there when his car was getting shot. So he collared me and said, "Look, I want first dibs on shooting that."
Yeah.
As soon as it was finished, first week of it being on road, it was shot for PVW like.
Sick.
But yeah, the club style of what we do, and it got turned into a club off the back of that car almost. Because
Yeah.
we were doing shows, meeting people and stuff. Like, I mean, I met you first time I met you were at VW Festival, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
That
was that first year you had this time?
Yeah, that was 2018.
So are you guys local to each other?
Yeah,
Like 15 minutes. Should be a lot closer, but roads are fucking stupid, so
yeah.
you have to go around to go on back. But like 10, 15 minutes.
But like we became friends. We're friends of we've got a mutual friend between us who's also part of the club. Like so, that's sort of how it came about. It turned out like Ben was saying to you, "Oh, I've got this mate who's got this sick Mark 1 that he's building." And all
I
this
sat with him in his house and he had a little apartment. Oh, yeah, one of my mates building this sick Mark 1. It's gonna be fucking doing this. Doing that. Like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, one of them. Oh, my mate. Yeah, my mate. My mate's got a 10,000 brake horsepower mini. Yeah, bro.
So I went into cars and that, and he's like, it was fucking like old golf and that, and they were like, oh yeah, my mate's building a fucking Mark 1. It's going to be mint shape base. He's doing everything. I'm like, all right, yeah. We'll see it. And then I met him at VW Fest. It's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah. And then what? And
nice.
then since then, basically the bromance started. Yeah.
Yeah. We're both very get up and go is probably the best way to describe us. As in, like, we don't rest very much.
Sounds like it, from your stories, right?
Yeah.
We just like to do, like to get shit done, like to do shit.
And it's a good relationship. In fact, that like Liam's an ex-mechanic and electrical engineer. I'm panel beater painter. So we start off with were handy that we were like trading job for each other and stuff, really, weren't it? So it worked out like, oh yeah, I need cam belt doing on my car. Like, fuck,
I need something painting. Yeah.
He will. Whereas like you want me to spend 2 months putting up floors in a standard 8.
He's still upset about this.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Still in debt.
It was just a small job, but it dragged out for a few months.
That fucking small job that I said, don't buy that car, it's fucked. And then next thing you were driving home and I'm like,
it's
got
fucking
months
shit.
of welding on there.
Sick though.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice big hole in floor pan, went through a puddle, our last got fucking wet through. Dropped off his that.
That fucking car, man. Was it 1956?
Yeah, 956. Basically fucking original.
Can you class it as 1956 now, though? Because the whole bottom half of it's made out. Do you know when they do camper van conversions and they cut the windows out the side?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the whole floor of that car is made out of T5 Transporter window cutouts. Because my mate was going round in his AA van and he was going in all the camper conversion places and lifting them out the skip. So I could. It's like
Well, it
three
was
sheets
built like
steel.
when you got down to it, like, yeah, it's sound, but it was pretty original.
Fucking shocking.
That's a pretty nothing had ever been done to it. There were so many original carpets in it, but it leaked quite a lot. So they were just fucking wet through and had been wet through for years. So when I finally pulled them all out, and then you got down to like no fucking chassis. I've been driving around in it for ages, no fucking about. There were no chassis legs in it, no floor pan. Now I'm like, well, this just needs a bit of welding.
But I'd seen it all when we went to go and look at it. I'm like, bro, this is absolutely full. He's
fucking
like,
shit.
nah, a bit right, don't look too bad.
Be alright. Be alright. Fucking most fucking over. Yeah, be alright. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Fucking
Best fucking way, isn't it?
Bit of steel and a bit of hot glue.
That's it, stick it back together.
So you've met at VW Fest, right?
Yeah.
What was that, 2018?
2018, yeah. Yeah.
And then so from when was your first show?
First show was 2019, wasn't it?
Fuck me,
Yeah.
that's quite quick.
Yeah. I mean, like,
it just fucking snowballed, didn't it?
yeah, the page got set up. So, like, Jack Johnson had a page called Low Social,
Yeah, yeah.
and that had like 12 or 1,500 followers on it and stuff. So we've been chatting with him and saying that I want to set this thing up. It was like, well, yeah, Sam, well, I have the Low Social page that had been unactive for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Cleared everything off of it and then started posting on it. And then as soon as people started seeing something on the feed that they hadn't started following,
Yeah.
basically it went down to like 500. And people were like, who the fuck is this guy selling crap from his mum and dad's
bought a
bedroom?
page,
Like,
it's just
from his-
dog shit.
Yeah, this like, no, I followed this thing to see like clapped out RX-7s that are on their arse and stuff. And now I've got some weird geezer trying to sell me an old sign that he's dug up from somewhere. So it weren't the same target market, basically. So yeah, it started out.
So you went down in followers?
Oh yeah, rapidly.
You're a good start.
You can have this page who's got that many followers. Boom, first post. You're not buying a dead dog.
I'd have been better off like starting from scratch,
Yeah.
realistically, and but it weren't a lot to start with. It was just a base to work off, like. So yeah, started with that. That bombed. Sold a few things off it, but really more than anything, probably a bit of. I'll have to say I'm an order. I'm bad. I like if I see something cool, whether I've got a place for it or not, I want it.
You want it, yeah.
And it were a way of sort of
Pretending that you're gonna sell
pretending
something
that
if
I
you've
was
got
buying something for myself and then moving it on.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to sell this next week.
Even though most of it's all
That's
still
what
in my
all
loft.
those Legos meant to be still in the box because I never meant to play with them. They're meant to be like there for my son, and you know, shit happens.
Yeah, that's how it goes, isn't it? So yeah, then yeah, basically like from all that, turned into a club. So we in that sort of like year or so when it wasn't a show. I went to go and get the car shot with Superfly Autos.
Yeah,
So Superfly Autos was shooting it in March.
Tony and Karen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Really.
Oh
such a
yeah,
nice couple.
I'll message them quite often. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were shooting that in Sheffield at a place called Norton Lightwood, which was like a driving school. But it was an ex-RAF base. The place was mega. Like it were like big hangars, a little bit like North Wheel where players went,
Yeah.
but abandoned basically. So they were shooting the car there, and then Tony was like, "Jesus, somebody needs to do a car show or something here." Like, and I was like, "Whoa, all right, yeah. Well, let's have a talk with the guy who owns the place."
Because that was your first show, right?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, we'd never even before we did the show. we
Steelworks
never
or
even
something.
did a
Was it
meet.
Steelworks or something?
Well, that's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
The key word in Alex's explanation was abandoned,
yeah.
because then quite quickly.
It wasn't
From a
abandoned.
logistical nightmare. Didn't it?
Yeah.
I got it. To be fair, we got it good. Like I got it. We agreed terms with the guy who was leasing it from the council because he got his driving school on there. Everything was going to sound. We'd paid for insurance. I'd done all risk assessments on it, all the paperwork. Everything was good to go. And then any hazard that was there, we'd already started cleaning it all out and like sort of barricading off any areas where it weren't safe or were clear, even a potential hazard. Because at this point, as I am now, Liam will tell you, I'm so paranoid about like.
I could tell how stressed you were. The shows that I've been to,
yeah. And if
and I mean that's it's not a massive show, like especially when it's in the middle of a fucking field, you're still stressing.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst you can get is a fucking airplane falling on someone. Like that's about it.
The problem with
that's their fault.
Yeah, yeah, that's not our side. But like the problem with Neverthorpe is that we fill that full. Like, and if you overbook on cars and with the shape of the field, it's quite difficult to know exactly how many cars you can get on that. So it's took us 3 years to get it to a point where it were last year, where we know exactly what we can actually get on. Because it's not just like a square box where you're like, they will allow this for this car, and then that's
it's like
it.
this and
it's
like
all
that.
over the
Yeah.
place. But yeah, like back to what the original venue was. All going sound, everything was good to go, and then 6 weeks before the show, council pulled the plug on his lease, closed the venue down. There's a massive backstory. If you're from Sheffield, you know all about Norton Lightwood and the backstory behind it, why it got closed down, because people have been trying to build on it for like 30 years. So the council purposely let certain buildings there go into sort of disrepair. Then because it was listed, so then they could knock it down, the building on it basically. So yeah. That was that. 6 weeks before this 2019 show, at this point, I think Liam just felt sorry for me. Like, we're having like.
So, were you trying to do it on your own?
Yeah. So
there's like a club and a group chat, isn't there?
But you were
basically just Al sorting everything out, and then people had help there and
it was ballsy.
That's fucking ballsy, man. That's good. But fair play to you, mate, because that's I think that's what grafts a man. Like, if you fucking ain't been thrown the deep bollocks, fucking deep end, then
when they pulled that venue, I think like you seen how I were.
Well, that's why all this fully came about, innit? Because I think you just had a fucking a minor meltdown. Which is quite, and then we're just looking for fucking venues and going up.
I'd already confirmed nearly 300 show cars for this show.
Fucking hell.
Because I just don't stop. Like, I'm in everybody's DMs. I'm like, you need to come to this. It's going to be the best thing since last.
That's good though.
We're doing this. You need to come to this. Everything, hammering it. And then you had already sold all these tickets. I'd already paid for all these things. And I still lived we were literally just buying his first house, and I still lived at home with mum and dad. I didn't have any money behind me. I had no sponsors. None of that. Wow, I was fucking naive. It weren't good, were it? And then, you felt sorry for me. And I had like...
That's fucking...
it was so close to not happening. 6 weeks before, and then 5 weeks before, we found Neverthorpe. Well... We were fucking, this is how fucking desperate we were. We were going on Google Maps and scanning the area around to try and find big open plots of land and stuff like that. Driving around.
That was quick, I bet. Yeah.
And we found this airfield.
Fucking clever northern lads. Clever. That's clever.
Knew we were there. Nobody ever knew it were there, did they?
Mate, it's always 5 minutes. 5 minutes from my house. I've lived in Worksop.
Never knew you were there.
Never even fucking knew it existed. They were next door to where I used to work, all these old boys who own business and that. Like, I've got a plane. Used to come flying over and that. Never even thought, like, where the fuck do they get these planes from? I thought, there's like some local ones, like 8 hour away and that. But they're like 5 minutes away from his house.
So then that was like I were working at a truck building firm at the time, and they were proper like it were rough. They were on you like non-stop. Your phone had to go in a locker. You like no flexibility whatsoever. So I'm like every night until God knows what time on phone trying to find stuff.
Yeah.
But then in day, I'm doing like 10-hour shifts, and my head's fucked. Like you've never known, because I'm like, this is all happening. I'm just powerless because I'm at work. So I ended up like for certain points, I like going to my locker and locking my locker, going for a shit for like 2 hours to just try and find like these
Venues and shit where you can host a show.
You basically, I don't know how you describe what you did really at the time, because you had a lucky dinner break.
I was. I don't mean over my words, but I was like in charge of a site, so there was fucking no one else. So basically,
you could make your hours up where you needed to.
Yeah. Kevin went, so I did a lot of fucking coming and going. So like, oh yeah, we'll just go see this. I could fucking dummy hours away.
So basically, without him, you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Done
yeah,
that
it's
shit.
a good. Yeah.
Done that ever since.
But you guys fucking. I enjoy coming to your show. Like, and there ain't many shows that like I genuinely enjoy going to because
It's different. It's just different, isn't it?
yeah,
In a good way. Like I don't feel like you get the mix of people what you get at our show.
do you get some?
You don't get that anywhere else, do you?
Yeah, I love it.
It's not an accident. Like like I said, like last year, I put my mileage in.
You were
last
at every
year
fucking show
Yeah.
promoting, but that's good, man. You networking. You need to do that. It's
But I mean, to be fair, it ain't work. It's not work.
if you enjoy it, it's not work.
I do. I genuinely enjoy it. And then
That's why it works so well and all, isn't it? Because
yeah,
it is graft, but it's all enjoyable. We'd only be doing it anyway.
there's certain ones that if I probably wouldn't be going back year on year if it weren't an interested drivers club.
Oh yeah,
And then like, but what people
I've got the
don't-
same thing with Auto Finesse though. Like,
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
yeah. Oh yeah, we've done a lot of shows.
But like some weekends, I'm doing like 4 or 5 events in one weekend. Like
From one to another to another
Yeah.
to another.
last weekend, I did 2 in one day.
Fuck that.
Like
But you
that's-
networking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
but
my
that's
own. I don't go with anyone, or it's not like I go with some of the. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of club like stuff that we do as a group, but there's a lot of it like I will find something on. If there's nothing on, I will find it, and I'll find something, and we'll go. And
You are good at it because some shit you said to I'm here this weekend. I'm like, what the fuck's that?
never heard
Like,
of it.
where has this come from?
Well, but it works though, because like our best in show in September had never done like a scene show ever. It was just
So
like
local village
Yeah.
meets and stuff.
But they did.
Like,
I
10 people
like
through the
those.
park.
I like those.
Well, that's
now that's cutting about everything. When you
Guys,
look.
I have to excuse you. Oh fuck it! I really need a piss, mate.
Now you're all right.
Yeah. Right. So going back to
The little shows.
the little show. So 2019, that was the year where it was a big fuck up. Then you met Liam.
Yeah.
Then Liam got you out the shit.
Yeah. Went and scouted the
Effectively.
venue. Had the meeting, the original
Yeah.
meeting as well. Because we
Started
had a
money.
meeting, and then basically they wanted a lot more money than what we got to do it.
Yeah.
What? So the airstrip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want a load of money.
And
Then
then
I went back by myself and then rang Alex, said, yeah, I fucking sorted it, mate. Told him a massive figure. Said, yeah, I've agreed to pay this. So he had a fucking meltdown. And then it were a lot. I was like, no, it's cool. I got it a lot.
we're all
got a lot
right.
better. So it was good fun.
Can you tell how much?
It was
So basically the
first year was an
So the
introductory
reason of this podcast is to teach how people went from a passion to basically owning and doing something that they love and making a living out of it.
Yeah.
And I can just see you guys progressing quite rapidly. And
That's
you're,
the aim, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone
So-
wants to make a living out of it.
can you say,
Like to start off with,
did you make a loss or profit first year?
first year we weren't far off breaking even, were we? Which is pretty much unheard of, really, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone we spoke to are like, yeah, just be ready to lose money.
Yeah.
Well, if we can at least just keep even, at least break even, then at least we can just carry on. It's not
Yeah.
burning and all.
Did you guys have any merchandise at that point? Or?
Bits and bobs, but
Yeah,
not
yeah,
ideal.
yeah, not as much as we do. Well,
But yeah, first year was a loss really, but not really anything drastic.
Yeah.
And then the second year that was pretty much break even as well, really, weren't it? That was 21 though, because we had COVID.
Yeah.
And
I
then
always forget about that.
That was the
thinking
first time I
year
came up
after
to your
year,
show.
Yeah.
fucking-
That's when you had a big crew.
yeah, so 2019 was. It didn't cost as much to put on, even though we had a lot less footfall than 21.
Yeah.
So 21, we were like, well, we need to make it better than 2019, and let's learn from these
Yeah.
odd little trivial mistakes. Because, like, for a first one, even when I look back, it was a pretty. It was incredible how well it actually worked, really, wasn't it? For a
How many?
first show.
So was the show filled full?
Oh no.
No.
By the time we'd done, we sold just short of 300 tickets, but we only had like 250 turn up.
Okay.
Cars.
Yeah, 250 cars turn up.
Okay, that's not bad. Come
But
on.
to say we'd never run a meet or done anything.
We were just around. They were trying to pull these top tier show cars because it's not just like anyone turn up.
Yeah.
and you-
I think that's where a lot of bigger
it's-
show cars.
Yeah,
I mean, car shows.
yeah, it's like trying to pull the quality and keep numbers up.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to pull top tier cars, and most people are like, well, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Like, why am I going to drive all the way to Sheffield? Because everyone's
Yeah.
down south.
At this point as well, I just make a note that like there was public members of the public coming to the show weren't even a thing in his head. We were like, well, I'm bothered if public come or not, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we just
we're
want a
about
load of
the
sick
cars,
cars,
Yeah.
load of people with like cool owners.
Keep the
and
car
stuff.
community
Just keep
kind
it as
of,
a car
yeah.
community. And then we went into the second year, into 2021. And I must admit, I were a little bit on the fence about whether we wanted to do it again, like because it was such a roller coaster, the first one. Anyway, I got my arm twisted, and we did it, and then same again.
It'll be all right.
I think it was 2021 where I was like, Jesus, like this is like we've got like, and you went to that, the first
Yeah.
one that you went to, and we thought, fuck me, there's actually some of the best cars in UK here. This is mad. But like the campaign type thing up to that was relentless, weren't it?
Yeah,
We'd just come out of COVID.
Yeah, but you got to grind, didn't you? You got
At
to.
that point, we were everywhere. Weren't we?
Yeah, we were all over the country. It was full on pesting. Like
good.
the point of just like, it were bad, really. Like when I look back, I'm like, Jesus, I must have looked so fucking desperate.
I'm glad I were involved in it and not getting pestered.
Ah.
It basically come down to like, I was like, right, I want 10 cars that are fucking
10
class,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
utter class that you don't see on a show field together ever. So it's like stuff, whether it be locally famous or locally well known, or on the show circuit that, like,
Yeah.
say, like Auto Finesse do,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like it's more. You could argue the word scene's horrendous, but like that.
The bigger scene.
Yeah, the bigger scene, and the whole idea of it is like worlds collided. So these old boys that go to these old classic car shows that never leave 20-mile radius of their house with a car.
Yeah.
Will see what or not the youth, because it's not all young people, but what the bigger side of the car scene actually is, and the modified classic car scene.
Yeah, yeah.
And then on the flip side, the people that are in these show circuits that are going from like one show to another, everybody's doing, get to see a load of shit that they've never seen before. That some old boy in a garage who's 70-odd-year-old spent 15 years spanning in this hot rod, and they've never seen that car before. So and that's always been like the ethos of it. And in 21, I think we've hit it. I think I
enjoyed it. I really fucking enjoyed it. And that's the next year,
Was
the
viral.
2022. I was like, James, like, my kid's being born. I'm not gonna do many shows. And it was like, what about driver's collection? It's like, yeah, I'll do driver's collection. I love it, mate. Such a
At the time as well.
That's all we want. Yeah. It's a good. It's weird. It's a good.
It's a good vibe.
fucking,
yeah.
Everybody's pushing
Good
this
mix.
good vibes thing at the minute.
It's
aren't
a
they? The
very
chill vibes thing
yeah, and
all
I
that.
like the haystacks. You guys got like people chill on, and
Yeah.
it's just nice, like kind of family kind of atmosphere, like a big meet kind of thing.
Yeah,
like a show.
I mean, it's family friendly, but it's not geared towards families. It's kind of
Yeah.
strange in that way.
Yeah, like you don't have fucking playground
Playgrounds
and
and,
fucking
no,
Peppa Pig
it's a
floating about, and
True enthusiast show, but it's safe.
yeah,
That's probably the best way to describe it, because like we get some stick on on YouTube videos, when people are leaving the show and stuff. All the road on the way out it's a residential area, so we have like 20 bodies out there basically just making sure.
Man in that.
If you're going to hit anything, it's going to be one of us because we'll stand in way before you light wheels up when you're leaving. Because one person kicks off on that road and says they don't want it to happen again, we're done. That's it. So we have to be super cautious on like people entering and exiting and stuff like that. But it sets the tone, like from the moment that you come into the show.
You know,
you if you light the wheels up, if you rev your engine and bang
You're
your engine,
out.
or put your music on too loud or anything like that, you're the dickhead. And nobody wants it. So that's the
It's
tone
good.
of it.
Yeah, that's good though. Like respect.
Yeah, that's
Like-
it. Even just down to music and that.
That's why you can't have
everything just
fucking
chill.
meets anymore in certain cities because
Yeah.
people are just dickheads.
Yeah.
This
Well, that's-
whole like takeover culture.
No, it's stupid.
Well, that's what everyone sees, and that's the problem. And trying to pitch anything or to say you want to.
Yeah, they always see the bad things.
Show.
Right, you can
Oh,
do 100 good things and do one bad thing. People ain't gonna remember the 100 good
There's
things you've
always
done.
one bell end, and that one bell end's always remembered.
We'll ruin
better
it
than
for
other
someone
people.
else. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so yeah, like back to that, like 21 was so like 2019 we're like, yeah, that was incredible for a first go. 21 was like, oh shit, this could be something.
Blow up. Yeah.
Like we've found that we've delivered what we realistically were as wild as dreams as in 2019. So then on to 22, and we were like, right, okay, so let's gear this thing up. Let's do this. We want to sell it out on cars. So that's 470 cars to fill the venue. Not only did we sell it out, we were turning, because people didn't realise that you had to pre-book, we must have turned 60, 70, 80 cars away.
I think the cart, we had a separate area, like a
holding
holding pen, because we couldn't have everyone queued up. Well, you've seen there's not
Yeah.
with the roads and that, so we had a holding pen.
I mean, I don't see that shit because by like we already set up and we're on the stand. So
with the roads and that, so we had a separate car park for show cars that
Yeah.
weren't pre-booked if we had any space, and like, so there were like 70, 80 cars waiting. And then
get
if we
in.
had one no show, we'd be like, right, who's next on the list? Let's pull him in.
Yeah.
And
we had to do it in like at 10 o'clock. If you're not here, any space that's available,
You give it
you
away.
still get access to the show because you've got your ticket.
but your
but
car
you
ain't
lose your
coming in.
space.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's fair.
'Cause
I mean,
we've
you can
got
be
to
fairer
cut-
than
We've got
that.
to shut the gates at some point, and we
Yeah.
don't want any empty spaces. So, yeah, it got to like 10 o'clock, and I think we let 15 cars in, and then the rest went to the public car park. And it was literally, you could not get another car in there, could you?
No.
There were one. Well, there were a point where we were getting them all in, and then looking down the road, and then you couldn't see anything but cars. They were like, yeah, fuck.
But that's a good problem. That's a fucking amazing problem to have, right?
Yeah, there's worse things to moan about.
I can think of many worse problems that people have than
It was
cars
just
queuing
being
up to your
stacked
car
out,
show.
yeah.
But credit to like all our team, and as people were coming in, I was asking them how long they was waiting, because we can't get a gauge from them gates how far them queues go, because when you know the venue, it goes round one corner that way and then it goes down a road that way, and you can't, it sort of
Yeah.
tapers off type thing, and you can't really see past sort of maybe 30 cars that way and 10 cars that way. So like, as people are coming in, like, how long you been waiting? How long you been waiting? How long you been waiting? And everybody was like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
That's not
whatever.
bad.
So it was busy, but it was
I mean,
silky
I'm
smooth, like,
being that's fucking better than Gravity last year.
Oh, Jesus, don't, bro.
It's fucking 3.5 fucking hours. 3.5 fucking hours.
I didn't even go, but people queued up.
So
But
the
shows didn't
boys
even
went
get
out there because I was doing a car show at Goodwood on Saturday, and I said I'll meet him back up wherever the fuck Gravity was.
Stoneleigh.
That's it. Yeah, the next day on Sunday. So I set up at 6. Right, I got to the show at 11. It's an hour and a half from here.
Mhm.
11. Right, and then it took me 2 hours, two fucking hours to get food. And
It was the
I'm
hottest
done.
day of the year, that one.
That was exactly. I was like, that's it. I'm done. Like that. It fucking threw me over. That just threw me over the fucking edge.
I'm surprised he's not looking at me on this one, because like I come back from there and not happy, didn't I? Basically. So.
Well, Yeah, we're
So I'm
gonna
like,
have
I'm
to, man.
gonna have to bite my tongue on all of that whole.
Nah,
Yeah.
couldn't care.
I didn't have a good weekend. Like that's all I'll say.
Yeah,
Is I
bad
didn't
weekend.
enjoy it.
And then even recently,
Yeah, well, I'm banned anyway. They blocked me, so they don't care what I've got to say.
Alex
Was that
Alex is
Gravity?
banned.
I've been blocked on
From
all
Gravity. Oh, well.
platforms from.
He only asked.
UK.
He didn't only ask you a
I
question.
only asked how much parking were because it's not advertised anywhere.
So then they banned.
Oh, what, for NEC?
Yeah.
Have a look.
Have a look. No, I'm going to make
I
a
don't
meme
wanna-
of it. Have a look. So,
We'll move on from that because I'm going to get me saying.
yeah, no, it's fine. That's cool.
We don't make beef.
No, that's cool.
I'm not trying to cause.
So this year, so you're doing the one at Magna Park,
yes,
right? So are you gonna do 2 shows this year or just one? 2
that's
shows.
the plan.
2 shows.
Two.
Yeah, 2
Fucking
shows.
sweet. So you like players back in the day?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a good.
as what we've said from
good
the
thing to
previous,
aspire to.
however we feel about the previous topic that people were talking about, the opposite is how I feel about players.
Yeah.
They are, as far as car shows go in the UK, I don't think there's anything
Like it?
for me better.
No, they smashed it with Classic. That is
Players Classic
Yeah.
is
the best show in England.
Yeah, I mean, like
By far.
Festival of Speed and other stuff. That goes
Oh,
on, obviously,
yeah,
like, it's
obviously you
fantastic.
can't
a massive thing is
You can't compare that, right? Okay, like Revival. Okay, it's
Yeah.
fucking sick because you've got
But
fucking
it's not-
bombers, but
in our world.
in our world, Players Classic
Players
is
Classic.
the
As somebody that's into cars and modified cars, I don't think you can have a better day out for 20 quid.
no.
For 20 quid a day,
No.
it is unbelievably good value for money.
See, but that's how I'm surprised because Jordan's only charging 13 quid a ticket at NEC.
But
right.
It's 30 really though, isn't it?
What with
Once
parking?
you park your car. Our show's 15 quid a ticket, but
With
what they
parking.
don't realise is there's a £30
Magna.
parking charge.
Parking. Come to Magna, £75 parking.
Right. So how tell me about Magna? How the fight did that come about? And how did it go from being at the aerodrome to going to Magma Park? How did that come about?
I would say since we see the first show that when we were at Norton Lightwood at the aerodrome,
Yeah.
marketing genius here decided to
Don't look at me,
at
that
me.
fucking is
This
all
is me.
it.
This is
Don't
all
look
me.
at
Right. The flyer said Sheffield's only indoor car show. That's what it said on the flyer.
Yeah, I remember that flyer.
Yeah,
I remember that flyer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Outdoor.
Yeah.
So obviously I've been pissy about that since 2019, like without a doubt.
Sheffield's 3-year running not car show indoors.
Not indoor car.
Not indoor car show.
Yeah. So,
Maybe you should put that on the flyer. People are like, hey there, guys. I remember that flyer. Get double the footwork.
They're the ones that like fucked it. So the Magna's been on his radar before we did Norton. Before 2019, there was a show there in 2014.
Yeah.
And it was a reasonable success. Like it was pretty good, and it's been on my radar ever since that. So I did one there, and that was it basically. They only did one show there, so it's been untapped since 2014, and it weren't a big footfall at that show.
So
which is why
how many
again,
cars have you got to fill?
400.
400.
So it's less cars than the Never.
Well, there's
Fought.
probably
Yeah.
it's 450.
But the problem is since our September show, the roll-on effect is, so we had too much demand for the Neverthorpe show because we were turning cars away. Then you say you're doing a show at Magna off the back of the success of the
And it's smaller.
and realistically, like these 400 spaces, so there's less show car spaces, but the venue is unreal.
Dope.
It's such a good
What
venue.
all we've ever gone on about, like with Endos and Stones, is it's a northern show and like Sheffield based, and there's not a more Sheffield northern thing than Magna. There's a steelworks course. Everything that Sheffield were about steelworks.
To be fair, until you posted about it, I never fucking knew it existed.
Yeah.
Did you know? No?
I reckon every single...
The most famous thing from Sheffield is the Magna Science Park.
It's well
what?
known where we are.
Yeah, it's
It's
well
a big
known.
deal
There's
where we
in
are.
the area, it's just quite it's historic, isn't it? Like,
And everybody
all
went when
fucking
they were a
school
kid.
trips and everything.
No, okay.
So it's
So-
like a big. They've got their own.
Have we got a Henry Moore Foundation in it?
Yeah, when you get bored at cars, you can go and look at some. Press them.
Yeah.
No, but that's pretty cool. But that, do you know what? Like, I think now, I don't know whether I see because I've got a little fucking kid, but I think now our age people are starting to have kids. Like, some of them already had kids like a few years back and some of them having them now. I think if the car shows ain't gonna progress in a space where you can take your whole family out, a lot of people gonna drop out.
Yeah.
Unless you hate your fucking family, then you go for a weekend away with your boys. But
It's such a fine line to toe on doing a serious enthusiast show where people like you go to. I'll refer back to Players Classic, but there's nothing there to entertain kids. Really, they have the drifting on and stuff, but there's no bouncy castles and shit and
No.
duck or whatever kids like. I don't know, I ain't got kids, but
I don't know, mate. Might still fucking shit its pants. I don't know.
So you want to attract serious car owners and serious car builders, you can't have a bouncy castle outside of the car. That's like
No.
So then it turns into a family fun day, and then you attract a different type of audience. So like you've got like I don't know.
You have to, but I think you.
Elsica, they nail it. Like the family day out, there's something for kids. They have like dog shows on and stuff, and birds of prey that you can hold and all that sort of stuff.
Shit in there, but it's,
You name it, you can do it there with your kids, and it works great for a family weekend away. So there's got to be like different types of car shows because you kind of, if you want top tier everything, you can't have a family fun day at the same time.
No, you can, no. I'm not saying so much a fucking funfair festival, but
We've got a playground though at Magna.
yeah, it's a big playground.
I mean, the science park itself is. I imagine, be quite fucking
Exactly,
cool to look at a
it's a
kid.
good excuse for
Yeah,
bloke, innit? Oh,
absolutely.
Take kids to fucking Magna. Oh, there's a car show on. So I walk around here for an hour.
But
yeah.
there's no bouncy castles or like cheesy stuff is probably the best way to do
Yeah,
it.
it's just it's a nice in
It's a
between.
proper car show, yeah.
It is a car show.
But yeah, Magna's like locally well known. Everybody in the area has done a school trip there.
So how much football do you need through the doors to make it worthwhile?
2,500 people
Fuck me.
is the realistic need. Yeah, it's quite a lot. So if anybody likes what we do, please go on as event thing because on Facebook, like if you go on it and then it shares it onto your feed, it makes so much fucking difference.
So right, so
So
tell our listeners what do they need to do and what's the.
So we've got an events page on Facebook and it's called Drivers Collection Does Magna. So whenever anybody says that they're attending or they're interested, that then goes onto their feed. And then if you're a car guy, you know loads of other car guys see that, or other car girls, either or. So
It's
then it
remember
helps
about
grow,
the gender fluid people.
Yeah, and the gender
Car
fluid,
ladies.
car ladies,
It's-
anybody.
I
We
call
don't
them
care
it's.
who you are or any of that stuff. If you're eight. Just go on there and do that.
Sweet.
basically. So it saves us, well, at these testing times where we're really stretching ourselves to do this is probably the best way to put it. It saves us a few quid because if everybody goes on there, and not only that, it helps us get a gauge of the amount of people that we've got to accommodate for. So the tickets are capped.
Yeah.
We don't want an overcrowded show, regardless. We aren't greedy.
Yeah, no, it's not the money. We'd rather have a good show, not have a crowd.
Yeah, not overcrowded.
Even get a nice coffee.
Don't like overcrowded.
I don't like overcrowded. I don't like waiting 2 fucking hours for food.
But it's this fine, like.
Oh, Fro, do you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna dig you out on something, right? About your fucking coffee people this year.
Please do.
right? What's their name? I'm gonna fucking dig him out. Can I dig him out? Oh, actually, no. It's fuck it. Leave him anonymous, right? So the only fucking coffee van they had on site, the fucking coffee machine broke at like 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but I'm sure they did that on purpose, did they? So,
Mate,
can you hold
no, I mean you'd fucking take 2 machines with you, right? Always do that. You always have a fucking backup plan. Whatever you fucking do on your next show, just have 2 different companies for coffee, right? Because hey, we were waiting.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, that was man needs his fucking caffeine,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was a
You could
stressful
get
one.
one in the Aero Club though, as well.
Yeah, it's not the same. That's
No.
but you might as well piss in a
want-
cup and fucking put some flour in it.
Hey, mate, they do good pies and stuff in there though.
Good
the,
shit.
The homemade food's good in the
Beer's
in the
good.
car. Yeah,
Cheap.
And yeah,
I mean, it's only a can, but
cheap compared to.
Cheap.
compared, well, it's
Cheap,
£3
cheap.
for a can.
But yeah, there'll be 2 coffee vendors this
Yeah.
year.
So there's like Magna himself, and then we've got extra. We don't want any queues.
But yeah, back to like what we were saying, like with the attendance and stuff as well. So like, flip back onto that. We need 2,500 there, pretty much, give or take. Tickets are capped at 3,500. So it's not a greed thing. This.
No,
it's
no,
not
it's
like
good.
We don't. Well, I don't expect to be quitting my job anytime soon, and I know Liam's not.
It's not aim, is it?
It's not.
But
the aim.
even that, no, we don't. It's not about numbers. We just want to go. It's enthusiasts. It's about the people.
But would you guys not want to make something bigger out of it?
That's all. Like so far, we've not took anything out of it ourselves.
So you
Yeah,
always
it's
put
more-
in everything that you
Yeah.
make out
Yeah,
of it, you
there's
put
not
back
been-
in.
Don't get me wrong. Like on the way down here today, like it's covered as fuel and as
Yeah.
hotel.
But I
But
think
that's
this is
about as
this
far-
first time we've ever.
Yeah, this is the first year that we've been able to
First
do that.
time we've ever just even put fuel like not paid for fuel out of our
Yeah.
pocket.
So them 6,500 mile that I did in that car last year,
Out of your own pocket.
out of my own pocket, all the hotels.
But right,
we went all the
I'm
way
not
down to
right.
Players.
I'm not a fucking financial advisor here, right? But if you have a business, right, and you're going around to promote your fucking business in a vehicle,
Yes. Oh yeah.
then
yeah,
the fucking put the fucking fuel for it. Fuck the tax man.
But if you're doing like a show that's like, well, actually, the venue is about 8 times more expensive than the one that we've done previously. We spend all the money on fuel and put him.
So did you have to pay for it? Did you have to pay for the venue?
A big deposit, and then we pay for it next week. So yeah, it's.
So if anyone
Do they
wants to
not-
buy your tickets, the driverscollection.co.uk.
Please buy tickets now.
You hear them guys, go and follow them because they just spend a lot of fucking money of their own into throwing this show for you guys.
However optimistic you thought I were, or like how big you thought my balls were in 2019, this overshadows it by quite a lot.
That's good. But it's good.
minimals. Like when we booked the venue, we'd not done the 3rd show, so we'd not actually earned any money.
So it's still.
Yeah, we can't. We were looking, and we were talking about it, and I was like,
So basically, guys, if you ever need any good financial advice, please contact the Drivers Collection. They will pinpoint you in how to basically sink all your life savings in a car show, hoping that you may or may not return money on your investment.
It's not even. To be fair, I'm not even bothered about returning. I just want.
You just
to not
wanted to
lose
float.
money.
Yeah.
I just don't want.
not
I
minus.
think.
Just to not
It's
in
good.
minus.
But it's mate, fucking fair play.
No, but it's
This
got,
is
you've
insane.
Got to fucking, you've got to, ain't you? It's fucking.
Do you know, like it's not. This is not profit, and I don't think like some people do just go out and like you've got to earn a living, and that's fine. But I'm pretty happy doing the job that I do. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I store classic cars.
Yeah.
I quite like it. But like when I'm old and grey, I'm fucked like in a nursing home or whatever. And I've got my iPhone 87 out. I'm like, look at this 3D fucking picture here, bro, of this sick shit that we did here. To all these other old biddies in this nursing home, they'd be like, "Oh God, you were sick, man, weren't you?" And that's pretty much.
So you
what's all
basically,
about.
you're basically just hoping to get noshed off by some old fucking
No,
lady.
when I'm old, only when I'm old, not now. But no,
Look at this sick Mark 1 Golf I built. Hey.
yeah. Look how sick my car is, like, or was.
Oh.
But no, it's just more It's just cool to do.
It's
to do
just
cool
fun.
It
shit.
is, yeah.
You
No,
know, like,
but
the
you
amount of
guys,
people
you
we've
guys
met
literally,
through
well,
is-
whatever. Like I do a lot of shows with Finesse, and I don't do all of them. Like, and you guys are pretty much fucking everywhere. Wherever I am, I see you guys. Fitted, Gravity, anywhere.
I can pull list out of everything that I did last year if you really wanted me to.
No.
It's a lot.
It's very boring because talking about these accounts things, he was like, "These are all shows I did." I was like, "Right, where were they? What hotel? How far did you drive?" I'm like, "You need to make me a better fucking list than this." Just send me a screenshot. I'm like, sound.
It weren't even a screenshot. It were 3 screenshots in my notes on my phone. So it was like 3 pages.
Yeah, but if you're not
notes on
networking,
the
but
phone.
then, right, so if you networking so much and you get so many people wanting to go to your car show, right? Surely you will look for a venue that's, let's say, can take 1,000 cars.
This is the.
Because then you can start looking at, right, we can, let's say, invest 20k, we can get 40k back. So we get 20 grand profit, we can then throw 40 and then get 80 back and
This
and
is
so
exactly
on.
what is leading up. This is the lead up to, like we're really we're not overstretching ourselves because everything's going to be, it'll be fine either way. We've got enough, personally, we've got enough behind us to be able to do this, where if we don't sell enough tickets, the show's still going to go on, basically.
As long as you don't post yourself in a financial difficulty, then
We're not going to go bankrupt. Like, if we don't sell another ticket tomorrow, the show will still go on, like, because it'll just come out of his own pocket. And that's
yeah.
But there's only so big you can go in a short space of time. As following has grown quicker than as finances are, which, because realistically, when we bought Magna, as finances were fuck all. So anything's bigger than that.
But then, what about pushing merchandise forward a bit more?
Yeah, I mean,
You
to
know?
be fair, this last drop's been the best one that we've ever done, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been building merch up, haven't we, slowly, but then it's.
Again, on as
a
markup
lot
on
of
that's
players,
pretty
isn't there?
fucking shit as well. So, it's the first fucking business people ever. Shocking. Like do you know the grey hoodies that we did?
Yeah.
They said they had the Sunday drivers. Club
Yeah,
logo on. What do you think like the markup would be on something like that when we were selling them at 45 quid a pop?
Probably about 6 or 7 quid.
It was £3. In fact, to be fair, every time we done it, were less because it cost us more to post
Lost
it.
on postage.
We lost money on postage. But
Where did you get them from? Japan? China?
they Stanley Stella, so it's like really nice.
It's
quality
all
stuff.
like we're very localized. So even like the jumpers and that, like we've never got abroad. It's
You don't
they're
ship stuff
10
in from
minutes
India
away
and
from his house, aren't they? Like, yeah.
Support
Everything's about being
local
local.
I mean,
business as
ain't
well.
Sheffield and like Manchester that way ain't supposed to be like the textile fucking...
No, I thought that were India, wasn't it? Oh,
No,
Pakistan.
back in the day.
Pakistan's the,
Oh,
textile.
all that Sheffield was steel, weren't it? I don't know what textile. Maybe Manchester. But that's fucking.
Yeah, Sheffield Steel.
I mean, Manchester, Sheffield, same shit.
No, it's not.
There's a
Yeah.
couple of hours between them. Like.
Yeah, actually, you drive through... What's that fucking thing called in between Sheffield and Manchester? The Highlands.
Like Woodhead.
Peak District.
Peak
There's
District.
peaks,
Peak,
so you've
Peak
got to
District.
travel
Yeah, I
Woodhead or
drove through
Snake
Peak
Pass.
District in a van when we were
Yeah.
coming from your show to
Fitted,
Fitted.
yeah, because we did it on the same week.
Yeah,
One.
fucking
Can
dodgy.
you also drive from Sheffield to our show because you booked hotel miles away?
Yeah, you booked it wrong. You booked hotel in the wrong place. Didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
50
I think it's because
miles
we kept saying Sheffield, so you booked an hotel in Sheffield, but it was just
miles
close
up.
to Sheffield.
There's no fields in Sheffield like that, but we're next to Sheffield, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's where
Right.
And then Magnus Rotherham as well.
Before you guys carry on, there is... So basically, this is going to be like a tradition on this podcast, right? Like 3/4 halfway through the podcast, all you guys invited to take a participation in... What's this fucking game I've got?
Gran Turismo.
Oh, Gran Turismo.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
PS1.
Yeah.
PS1, Gran
that's
Turismo,
it.
right? So basically, whoever comes on here have to do you guys get 2 laps to learn the track, and then you get 2 laps to set your time in a Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec tow, right?
By the way.
You guys want to do it now?
To drive them.
Let's have it, yeah.
Yeah? Cool, let's do it now. Listen.
Mate, this takes me so back to being a kid.
Standard, automatic. Right?
This is
Liam, this is your fucking go.
Serious now. Oh, it's got fucking ghosts on. I'm racing this end.
Concentration level 7,000. He's doing all right. At least he's not going on the grass anymore because he's realised it slows him down a little bit.
Is it loser does a shot? Because I'm feeling good about this.
Right? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I've got TH Schmidt-Will's vodka up there. We can always get that open.
Too soon.
What do you mean a loser? A winner does a shot. Why would a loser get a shot?
Well, we'll just both do it.
The loser shouldn't get anything. That, so first lap, you've got 59.3 seconds. Anticipation, isn't it? Last corner.
Oh,
Go on the grass.
fucking
Get off the
hell.
grass.
Christ.
Kid drives like he's from Worksop.
Right. I've got the time. Do you want to see the time? That's the time.
Fastest time.
What, so far? Yeah,
the first one.
It's the fucking first one.
Exactly. Get me top of the leaderboard.
Right, let's have it now. This is the one, yeah?
This is the one.
Right, let's do it. Let's better make sure I change this fuel here.
You best believe in view how it normally is. Then it's fair then. That's how it should be, leave it like that.
Negative.
That's quite impressive.
Fucking game's so sick.
Mate, ain't it the best one though?
I never thought he'd actually be able to play a fucking game. It's
Mate,
actually
do you
pretty
know
good.
what? Fuck all this new sim realistic stuff, right?
Yeah, fuck that.
Anyone from our generation, right?
Oh, you
that would have been the first game they would have played.
Oh yeah.
Like,
GTA.
yeah.
From the bird's eye view.
Well, from the bird's eye view, yeah, of course, mate.
I think I fucked up here because
But remember, it's about the average, not about the speed as fast as
No, your first one were much better.
yeah, my first lap was sick.
I think they're gonna have to come and redo it, Ollie, when we get another steering wheel. What do you think? Then it's gonna be fair for everyone, isn't it?
That is right.
Yeah.
Much more enjoyable as well.
Yeah. It's a lot harder.
It was close though.
It's gonna be close, that.
I think I'm sure you've done me. I can't fucking remember.
I'm pretty sure he's done you, mate. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck me, yeah, mate, sorry. Like, so. Let me just screenshot this.
It's view. It weren't even.
It's not the view. Come, right, do you want to redo yours?
No, it's cool.
Right, you cool, yeah? Right, we've got this on
He's
camera.
never going to live
you
it
can't
down.
complain.
Look, I
Right.
used my initiative.
So, Liam, you did in 56.55. Adam, you've done in 55.9. Well,
Been
he's
done
the
a
fastest
second.
lap so far, isn't he?
I'm a good runner-up.
Right, and then your time next to it.
Why is he at top? I think he's at top.
56.55.
Can I put 54?
I mean, it's on the camera. 55.90.
Point.
90. Boom.
Somebody's close.
Fucking someone's winning. No, I mean, I'm just amazed how you fucking managed to get it from not coming here to getting here.
Oh, it was a lot harder to build.
Overnight. And then, where did it all start? What's the fucking story of it?
So the story behind the build of this is I had a Mark II Golf that got writ off by an uninsured driver, and at the time I'd done like a full repaint where I used to work when I worked for John at Pro Paint. That got writ off, and I'd saved a load of money up for wheels, air ride. It was going to be a
The show.
not quite like this.
Yeah.
My goal was always to PD it. I always wanted to put PD in that Mark II. That got writ off. Fortunately, I'd not bought the air or the wheels or anything like that.
Yeah, well,
But I'd had this
you
car,
wouldn't fit,
like-
would it?
No, I'd had this car for forever, like a good while, like 5 years. Apart from this, it was one of the longest cars I've ever owned. That got writ off, and this was a parts car in the corner of the workshop. So basically, it got bought because it's a Series 1. So it's if you know your Volkswagens,
Yeah.
it's a Series 1 GLS, which is a really rare spec car.
Swallowtail.
No, it's after Swallowtail, but
So
not
Swallowtail was first, and then that's
then Series 1, yeah.
yeah, brown dashboard.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a rare car to start with. It got bought as a parts car that then was almost slightly too rare to be a parts car, and then it got turned into a bit of a project, and then
Yeah.
pushing a corner because realistically it got bought as a parts car, but nobody had time to do it as a project. So John sold it me, and it was like it was a bare shell. I'll get a photo because the infamous. I've got my photo book, my infamous photo book.
Look at the photo book in a bit.
Because any time anybody asked me about it, I'm like, fucking look at this. It was fucked.
So it was a bare shell.
It was.
A piece of metal.
When I came home and I
So
told our last
a
I
rolling
bought
shell, or are we
No.
talking nothing?
when I bought
Like-
it and I came home and showed a photo to our lass, she said,
You're fucking
"Fucking
stupid.
Jesus, it looks like it's been on fire." That's how it looked. There was nothing to it. All the panels was there. So basically, the only thing that's original on this car, so it's the shell, the body, but that's been chopped a lot.
Yeah.
The doors are original to the car, the boot lid, the door cards, and the carpet. That's it.
And nothing else came with it.
No, if it did come with it, it was fucked basically. So it was a good
So
good
when did you
base
get
for a
that?
project.
What year was that?
That was 2015, I think it was. Yeah,
Okay.
2015. Took me 3 years to build it in its first form. So yeah, then it came back off the. Every year it's come off the road, and it's been off the road a one show season.
Yeah.
When it's had its final, like the final form, which was the new boot install, the interior, and the wheels.
Well, yeah, I mean, talking about the fucking wheels.
Yeah, the wheels are pretty.
What
special.
are those?
They're one-offs. They're driver's collection wheels.
The driver's collection wheels.
They're not actually wheels. They are
No,
wheels.
They
I
are
mean
wheels.
the piece of alley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're just a block
They're a
rally, aren't
They're a one-off. So,
So did you design them?
Yeah, so
You've designed it.
it's my design in the way that like I drew something really shit on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then I contacted, I think it was about 7 or 8 different companies at the time. And by the way, big up Rims Incarnate because they're doing this now.
Yeah.
But at the time they weren't. So I contacted numerous different companies. Nobody wanted to touch it. They were like not doing fully one-off custom centres. And then a friend of a friend, so Brad McKee from 53 Fab, his
Yeah.
dad owned a company that was a pneumatics company and they machined parts for compressors and stuff like that. So he got in touch with Clive, who turns out is a bit of a fucking genius. So I drew this ridiculously bad drawing. Said to him, I want this, and he's like, well, that looks like shit. So what do you actually want? So then I showed him a load. Basically, what I wanted was I wanted E50s.
Yeah.
But like a few friends have had E50s in the past. They crack like fork.
Yeah.
I ain't got the sort of money to spend $3.5 grand on a set of centres.
$3.5 grand.
Or more now.
Fucking $3.5 grand. How much did James pay for his fucking E50s? 6K.
Yeah.
6 fucking grand.
And then you can run them once.
And then like you need adapters because if you get fucking 4
Yeah,
by
they don't-
100,
they don't
you like
fit out and
yeah,
can't
you never
fucking
fit. They're
weld
like
drill all in.
7 by 1605.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Like,
And first time you run
ATV
them,
fucking fitment.
you could run them and have them crack tested, and then they could just be tables.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they're
well,
literally posh
I
tables in
had
your
my
house.
lens crack, didn't I? Fucking. Yeah, that's another story. I'll tell you that about later.
Mag wheels are
Shit.
risky.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But I love them, man. These are
it's
sick.
basically a combination of all. I don't know if I should say this, whether I could get sued or not, but it's all my favourite wheels in one wheel.
That's fair play. Yeah, that's
So it's got the clover in the middle.
yeah.
Then there's a remnants of like E50 style spokes, but then there's some of them are not cut all the way through like an E50.
Yeah, I like
The
that. Like
34
this.
hole, so the same amount of wheel bolts as an RS.
So
And then
these supposed to be on RS.
yeah, it's on RS hardware. So
Okay.
SSR lips and barrels, but
Yep.
the trick stuff's on the back. So basically, and so the centre cap is modelled over a Marl, BBS
Yeah.
Marl. So that's the style that I wanted, or an SS, like
Yeah.
that sort of style. But the rears, you'll struggle to find another Mark 1 with 4-inch lips on back. So they're 4-inch dishes on the rear of Mark 1 Golf, which if anybody's got a
So
Mark 1
you've
Golf,
basically got a flat face on the back. I mean, flat back.
it's the beam's been chopped 4-inch, so it's narrow beam on the back.
See, that's what I wanted to do on a Mark II Golf, on my Mark II. And I was like, that's too much work.
I
Have you done it
personally-
all?
So I can't take too much credit for that because that was done by John, who was my old boss, and I had that off him because he had the cream Mark 1 Golf with the R32 in it.
Yeah.
That rear beam is on flat car.
Fucking white Snoop Dogg.
White Snoop Dogg, yeah.
White Snoop Dogg.
White
yeah, I
Snoop
know
Dogg.
exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, that's what I used to work for. So when that car got sold, I had basically the rear beam came off that, and my air eye management's off it as well. So that rear beam's is. But then what I did is I wanted to build a set of wheels that maximise that chop beam.
Yeah.
So,
So how wide are the wheels on the back?
your picture send is 7.5J. They look wide, don't they?
What? Hold on. So you've got 4-inch dish,
Yeah.
but the wheel is 7.5. Yeah. Hold
Yeah.
on. Quick fucking maths. 3.5-inch barrel.
Yeah, but it's not a barrel; it's a dish. So it's got two.
So
tyre
you've got
valves
2
on it.
dishes.
Yeah, it's 2
For
dishes.
fucking hell. How far I was, man. This is bad. That's sick, though. Oh, do you know what I thought about doing this on marker? Because I needed to reduce the rear tyre size to get the profile down. So the only way I could do is put a fucking dish on the back of the
Yeah,
dish.
yeah. But I mean, like when we were doing it, it was Matty Loveridge that put me onto idea.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm like the genius behind this because he did it before me. But basically, I was worried that because like normally as a rule, like a lip is a bit thinner than a barrel, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But credit where it's due to like SSR, the lips are fucking.
Well, have you got Radinox?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, sorry, they're not. They're not
They're not
Radinox
Radinox,
now.
no.
I
See, I've got
was too
Radinox
poor
on the
for
front,
that.
and I've got Radinox on the front because James from Water Finesse paid for him, and then I've got fucking normal standard Audi on the back because I was like £200 difference. I can't afford that.
I wish I'd gone for Radinox, but at the time
Yeah,
I just
same.
didn't have the money for it.
Same.
So yeah, basically the rears are two dishes.
Stacked together. It's fucking
yeah.
awesome.
So they fully one-off custom centre, made out of 770 billet. So at the time when the centres were getting designed, so it's my measurements basically off my previous wheel. So I measured it all out, worked the design out, back and forth, back and forth. But these were literally a year. They took a year back and forth at making, because the centre caps are also like one-offs as well. So the centre cap, as it screws in, actually works as the centre bore of the wheel as well, in order to be able to, so it grips in. So like a year of back and forth, but then I was like mega pad.
Hold on, I'm trying to. Hold on.
You thread the
centre cap works as a bore.
Centre bore.
Yeah. So it goes through the it goes through the centre of the wheel, and then it goes around.
That sits on the axle itself.
Because of the difference, like, because of how tight up.
Fucking clever shit.
Because of how tight up the wheel bolts are to the centre cap, and I didn't want them like. Obviously, like you've got to have a certain amount of material there for it to be safe. Basically, like the centre cap threads in, and then it's half of the wheel and half of the centre cap thread, and then the inside of the centre cap thread is the centre bore as well of the wheel. Some clever shit.
Right, anyway, let's go on the end.
Can't understand why nobody wanted to fucking work with me, can you? Yeah, I've got this shit drawing.
I honestly stopped listening to you halfway through, and I can't remember what you've said. Because it goes, my fucking brain's just gone fucking monkey from Homer Simpson.
Smashing the symbols together.
Let's talk about the engine bay.
So,
PD 190?
Yeah, so it's PD 130. PD 130, 19 TDI.
Yeah.
Stage 2 map, so it's about 190 brake. The give or take. It's heavy.
Yeah, heavy lump. For a Mark 1 as well.
It's too heavy.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody's thinking about doing
same as the R32 engine. I think it's too much.
Too weighty. But I do like it. It's got a lot. Like, I mean, we've come down here today. It's cost fuck all on fuel to do it.
I bet.
With the miles that we've been doing for show promotion and stuff like that, pretty handy.
Well, it's not really, because you're not putting it against your fucking business.
Yeah, well, it's pretty.
It drives like shit and gives you permanent headaches.
Yeah, it's very loud.
But I've heard you coming. I was indoors. I was like, shit, I'm taking a piss. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, can hear a straight pipe kick. Is that a Skoda Fabia or a fucking Mark 1 car? But yeah.
So have you done all the engine work yourself?
Yeah, so I fitted the engine again. I didn't do cam belt and that sort of shit, but
no, you said Liam did that.
no, Pip, because I didn't know Liam when I'd built this car.
Okay, way before.
So a friend of mine, Pip, he did me cam belt and bits like that. But realistically, when I built this car, I was very poor. I weren't on a great deal of money. I maxed my credit cards out. I went.
Yeah, standard procedure. Yeah.
Standard procedure.
How old are you? 24, 25 when you start building this?
No, I was 21.
21?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So you had this 7 years?
Yeah. Yeah, long time.
That's impressive.
Took three and a half years to build it. It's done.
From getting the shell.
From the shell to what it is now, yeah. Well, not what it is now, because it's like been every year it's gone a bit further and I've done more. But
I mean,
from a shell to on the road, 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And about $3,500 as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically the engine is PD 130, got a BMW E36 radiator. The intercooler's custom. Gearbox is a Mark 3 Golf gearbox.
Yeah.
It's got Scirocco drive shafts, which everybody uses for conversions. Then the pipe work all around the engine bay is credit to Joe, who does all our trophies and stuff at the show, who's a good friend of mine. Basically, like me and him in end of 2018, I was still living at home with mum and dad, and they got like this narrow single garage, and we used a shitty tiny little vice, an oil heater, and an electric blower, because we were freezing knackers off like -4 in garage at home, and that was all made in a single garage with a grinder and a vice. That's it. So, and obviously a hobby TIG welder as well. It all got tacked together, and then he took it to work and tigged it all together basically, and then bin polished it all. So it's all 316 stainless.
It's impressive.
He's a fucking talented geezer, but it was just like my missus and his missus both said that we were having an affair when we were doing it because we lived in garage. Yeah. Yeah.
Friends, we're going to build cars.
Yeah. Touching tails, just touching tips in garage. But yeah, we call it lobster back, sack and crack.
I like it. And the gold. So is the gold because you use a lot of gold for the driver's collection?
No, I mean car were built before that, but it's just trying to get that because there's like a certain colour palette that you've got to work to when you're building a car and certain styling.
Yeah.
So like half the battle is doing a car that's to a certain standard, which is hard, to build a full out and out show car. But then the other battle is making it that it looks good. So you've got to get your colourways right and everything sort of so it looks right when you're looking at it, because there's a lot of cars out there that are done to an incredible standard, but people have poor taste.
Yeah.
So it were actually through like just on Google for forever, working a colour system out that had worked with
Brown.
Yeah.
Gold.
Gold, polished, black.
Yeah. Literally.
And that flows all the way through the car. So
Well, that's the next thing. There's the seats.
yeah, dream seats.
What are they out of?
So they're out of a Fiat Strada above.
Okay.
Recaro Rally Frees. They're like my dream seat.
I mean, they're
It's something
fucking
so
incredible.
on
I mean, they're fucking incredible. How did you find them?
It took me years, really. Jack, again, my friend Jack Johnson, he had a set when we went to Worthesea, and I sat in them once. I was like, these are the best seats I've ever sat in. And then with the backs, because the backs are all colour coded as well.
Yeah.
They're like painted. How they fold.
But they fold.
Oh yeah, they fold the seats. Watch this fucking shit.
Oh.
So they did it from the
that's
front.
fucking sick. Hold on. So, when were those seats made? What year car did they
They're
come?
like late 80s.
Late 80s.
Late 80s, early 90s, yeah.
They're fucking gorgeous. They're
Sick,
gorgeous.
Um,
I love this. I love that. That's who's done those for you?
it was Auto Trim Systems that did the trim work on it. Like James, who works there, he's got the red helm in him.
Yeah.
Red racing.
Yeah.
Really talented geezer. So yeah, basically got them doing dire straits when I got them. But Jack had a set, and then at the time when he was selling them was when we were doing the show. So obviously I had no money. When we did the first show in 2019, and it's always pissed me off that I couldn't have them, so I always wanted them. And then it's took me since then to getting these to find another set, basically.
Incredible. They're fucking awesome. The interior is awesome. The CAE shift up.
Gentleman's race car type.
I love
vibes,
it.
Isn't it?
I love it. Right, so let's go around the back.
Keys up.
What? I think we're fucking. You know them little gas tubes for welding? You know them tiny little gas welding tubes, right?
Oh, what you get from Alfred's?
Yeah. Is that them fucking cut in half and stuck together?
No.
What the fuck is this?
It's the air install. So
No, I know that. Like, I know it's.
yeah, they do.
But,
So
but I mean. What?
Are you alright?
are you alright?
I've never seen a air tank so.
Small.
Yeah.
At least it's got a lot of things that no one's ever seen that are so small.
I tell you, no,
What?
I'm not
Is
telling
that
you that. It's
Frankfurt?
all I've got going for me.
No, but you could paint them as Frankfurters, and no
Could have
one-
done the sausages, yeah.
You could, mate. I would so be tempted to do it my sausages. Little bratwurst. There you go. There's my currywurst. The German Mark 1 Golf, yeah. Mm. Yeah, my bratwurst. Ah, hello. Auf Wiedersehen.
So yeah, they are off the shelf air tanks. Technically.
They are out of this. Yeah.
When I got them, they weren't. They were only available in America, I believe. But I bought these off a friend called Connor, who has done nothing but want to buy them back since. But yeah, basically, I think you can get them in the UK now. I'm pretty sure. I've seen a few people with like bigger tanks and then one of these on top. You've got one, haven't you?
No, well, I've got Accurate small tank.
Have you?
Just the.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got Accurate.
Cookie
It's
that's
just.
got one.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think Cookie's got two. Yeah, he's got a
Cookie's
small.
got
It's not this small, but is it seamless?
Yeah,
tanks or whatever they
seamless,
do.
yeah.
They do quite a few
But
different.
yeah, I
ones.
think you can get them now. But yeah, same again. So the wheel that's in the back was the tester.
Yeah.
So that was, so technically, if you look at it, it is very slightly different to the other one. So that was the first run off that we ever did on the billet centre. Then the brackets, Cookie actually designed those.
What CNC machine did fit?
Yeah, they're solid billet
Fucking
alloy.
hell, wow. Okay.
I didn't think that they were going to be that expensive.
But
I
they
did
were
it. Yeah,
expensive.
it really fucking upset me, that one.
Yeah.
Turns out it's quite a lot of billet alloy there, and when you have it really
Well,
thick,
because if you think about it, right, it's the shape of them, right? If it was just a straight
Yeah.
rectangle, it's okay. But from there, you have to make a square out of it. So you're using twice as much material because all of this and this bit and the bit from the bottom is going to be waste.
yeah,
They're quite tall as well.
Yeah.
yeah, it upset me that. But yeah, it's like fully polished. So they all like theme with the I want a raw against polish all the way through the
Yeah.
car. So the shifter's raw, the steering wheel's polished,
Mm.
the wheels raw.
Yeah.
That, so you can see all the trail marks
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
centre and stuff as it was machined, and then that's polished again to accent the wheels to
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
that on through the car. But yeah, Cookie designed that, and then basically it's got like slot through that's threaded. It's
Yeah.
got like a little thread
Yeah,
that goes to
yeah,
the
yeah.
back to
Add
the
about,
top.
yeah, yeah.
The idea where is to follow the wheel follows up, and then it follows the back of the seat, and it all
Oh, I get ya.
nice. And then Jack from Forge from Flake did the airbrushing. So he does all our he does our best in show and runner up best
Yeah.
in show trophy. Joe, remember the skate decks that we did?
Don't talk to me about your fucking. That's something I want to throw to you on a podcast with, but
Oh right.
I'm going to bring that up.
But how good as trophies
The-
are.
Yeah, something. Yeah, about your trophies. Been to your fucking car show twice. Never got a fucking trophy.
You not brought a fucking car.
Yes, I fucking have. I fucking bought this once, and I was like, hey, I'll just have it. Fucking bring it one.
So a trace.
Oh, I wonder what is your trophy?
Does it drive?
Yeah, because it fucking drives.
Oh well, there you go then.
We'll get on with Joe and let's see if we can have a
No, it's too late now. No, that's too late.
sponsor's car.
No.
A sponsor's car.
No. Right. Let's talk to me. Price tag.
Oh fucking hell, Jesus. I don't know. Does anybody want to buy it?
Well, because I've had people offering me money for the Golf,
Yeah.
right? And I know roughly, yeah,
What,
I'm
a
talking
ticket?
ballpark figure, how much I've spent on that. Can you reveal how much you wasted on this?
No, I don't actually know. I genuinely don't know.
Like what? Like build working hours?
No, so not working hours. You can't take that
Say like-
because if you fucking price yourself at 60 quid and someone else prices themselves at 30 quid, that's a fucking massive
Twice
difference.
amount, yeah.
I
So
worked out when I first built it the first year when it was 2018, and it had not had anywhere near. It had not got any of the more expensive parts on it. And
yeah,
stuff. That if you were to build it from start to finish with the hours that I had in it and the money that I had in it, bear in mind the hours are a hell of a lot more than the money that I had in it originally. They're at £45 an hour, which were our labour rate at the time.
yeah, which was pretty much average. Yeah.
It'd be about 115 grand to build it. I had a fucking 5-door Mark 1 Golf. Now it's more.
I'm like, how much?
If you were to pay somebody to do, I mean, don't get me wrong, not all of the hours
We're
was
talking fucking
productive.
Ferrari, a fucking 430 or something.
Don't worry though.
But I didn't pay myself.
It's a 5-door Mark 1 Golf.
I didn't pay
Is
myself.
this Rotate? No, it's still a serious fun, but I have to swallow the title.
But,
It is rare, I promise you.
promise you.
Promise you, swear. Up
Honestly,
north
it's
it's rare.
rare as fuck.
It's up north because they're all rusted to fuck.
Even if I told you what it went out of my pocket, I think you'd probably still have the same reactions, to be honest with you.
No,
Money out of my
right.
pocket.
I'm gonna guess, right?
Out of
6 years ago, with prices 6 years ago, I reckon you've done 30 bags on this. No, actually, sorry, wheels, cast and bracket. I'm gonna be 35 grand.
You're not far off at money on that.
No. Yeah.
Not far. Yeah. The stupid thing was I paid £2,000 for the car. I paid £2,000 for the car.
Didn't you just say you bought a fucking rolling shell, pretty much?
Have you got the fucking pictures?
Yeah. I'll show you
just,
the photo.
just show the photo how bad. Because you know when he talks
paid
about how
£2,000.
bad financial decisions
Hold on.
and how you should see how bad of a car he bought for £2,000.
No, but I'm fucking amazed how stupid can someone be to pay $2,000 for a fucking rolling shell.
It wasn't a rolling shell.
Oh, it wasn't a
Just a
rolling
bit of metal. Just a bit of metal.
It's a rare car.
Wait till he's in.
It's a fucking. It's a rare car. Ollie, it's a rare car.
It's a rare car.
Ollie, don't fucking film it. It's super fucking rare.
There's like 10 of these.
Oh, look, he's got a fucking brown fucking photo book to match. Hold on. Let's have a look.
There you go. That's what I bought for £2,000. You
See
look
how
like,
much such
you look
solid
like I
business.
last looked in 2015.
It's shiny now though, so it's alright.
That, yeah? Yes.
That one there, yeah, that one.
I presume you obviously didn't buy this because that's
No, that were a customer's bumper.
on the top of your Mark 1.
And that was built lid of John's car.
So
It
did
just
you
came-
you had the doors and everything, right?
They were on top of others.
So you had all the bodywork to come with it.
Yeah, but the wings were fucked. It needed a front panel. Rear
Solid
panel.
car.
Right,
Right, do you know what? I've got a couple of good cars so you want to buy.
Never again.
Right, there is a nice Fiat 126p outside. It's never been rotten or anything.
Unless
It's super fucking rare. Do
There's not
you know why?
many
Because I
cars
farted in it twice.
There's not many cars that I get into this again. Like this sort of building.
No, because I think you're fucking stupid and young and naive.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I've done
I'd
that.
do it all again.
I've done that, and now I've scrapped.
all again.
So what are we talking?
What, to buy it?
No, it's
Or
cost. Not man hours.
money?
We're talking money. Cash money's out of your fucking pocket. There is £5,000 for the wheels or whatever. Altogether, ballpark figure go.
I think 35 grand.
That's I can see that. The problem is now you would be around 50, 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, and if it weren't for like help from friends, such as like that pipe work in the engine bay, what Joe did, mate.
Yeah.
I paid him to do it, but if I went to a fab shop and said I want the lobster back sack and crack, it wouldn't be what I paid Joe, right? So I'm fortunate in some ways, and I've not paid any labour on it either. There's no labour on this car, realistically, apart from trimming the seats, airbrushing the air tanks. That's about it. That's pretty much it.
And if I was going to come up to you today, what do you want?
I mean, fucking hell. I don't know.
See, that's
I don't know.
that's a killer for
I'm-
people.
I'm,
that-
really- I'm sentimentally attached to it, but I'm also realistic about what it's worth. So, like,
You gotta be
it's
somewhere
still a
between,
5-door
haven't you?
Golf.
Yeah.
It's a rare spec car, and it's had a fucking lot of time and money spent on it. But it's still got
Rare
so many.
5-door Mark 1
Yeah. I'd
Shit brand.
if somebody offered me 25 grand for it, I'd raise my eyebrows. It's insured at 25.
So mine's insured at 25 as well.
Fucking hell, I need to raise my insurance. Brent Acre, I want more.
No, honestly, mine's insured for 25k.
It's wild.
And guess how much insurance I pay every year? 112 quid.
Who are you with?
I can't tell you.
250.
Because they're not sponsoring the podcast yet. If they sponsor me podcast, I'll tell everyone. Fuck them. If you hear it, you know who I am. Sponsor me, and I'll tell other people to go with you.
Look at this
100
sensible person.
Yeah.
You need to insure.
Never
to
drink drive.
That's
Past 5 years.
Full disclaimer, there you go. It's gonna be.
But I'm ready for another. I think I'm about ready for another one.
So it's not like That's your first car. Is that your first car that's ever got featured?
Yeah, first mag featured car, first car I ever want to show.
So you haven't got that much of an emotional string with it that you need to keep it for the rest of your life.
If I could build the car that I want to build next and keep it,
this.
there's no question that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would. But possibly like end of this year, I don't know.
Part
We'll
of
see
it.
how we go. But I've got other. Then again, when I thought this, I got no other plan of what I could do with it to make it any better.
Yeah.
I think I'm about at my limit
Max.
of what I can do with it, and then
Well, I mean, there's still bits of like going fucking full chrome running gear and.
fuck that. I want
What's
to
the
fucking
fucking
drive
point?
it.
Yeah,
I've driven
exactly.
it down
What's
here
the
and all
fucking
salt and shit.
Yeah, mate, that's. Oh, do you know what? I've got a fucking fully polished gearbox, right?
boring.
Fucking stupid fucking idea, right? Oh yeah, no, it's shiny. No, it's not. It's shiny for about one fucking show.
You can't.
Yeah.
take
The
it
moment
anywhere,
you get
can
some heat to it, right?
Time.
It goes fucking dull, and you're like, I'm not fucking spending 6 hours polishing that. I've got better things to do. So that's
It needs to be usably made.
yeah. Unless you have got fucking bare money and you've got a bare nice house, and that's your like
And you don't.
that's your art piece.
So yeah, I'd love to get buried in it, basically. But
Reels.
realistically, I ain't got the space. If I want to do another build, I ain't got the space to keep it. And I'm not far out of ideas. I might have bought another engine for it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
No, brilliant.
Potentially.
I love it, man. No,
Either that or I'll just keep getting. I'll
do you like
keep,
it?
Can't keep going on every year throwing money.
Do
into
love his
something.
diesel. Yeah,
But you got wasted somehow, haven't you?
brilliant. Right. Thank you very much, man. It's a bit chillier now, isn't it?
Yeah,
a bit
that
cold now,
door's
isn't
been
it,
off.
outside?
I know.
It weren't too bad before.
No. So, regards to drivers collection, how do you see your guys progressing from where you are now? So obviously where you've been at the airfield to now going to the magma and science thing to where you seeing in the next couple of years?
Well, I think between us is
We're just trying to get over what we're doing at the minute.
we want it to grow as much as we can. Like with everything, it's finding the next venue. But as long as this is successful, we want to just keep growing.
I would say for me, as following has outgrown as Wallet. Like we ain't got the budget that a lot of these other, and we haven't been going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like players have been going 20 years. Fitted have been going quite a while now. I mean, Fitted's come up impressive. They've done really well. But other people that are a bigger entity than what we are, we aren't there yet.
But I think you guys are showing a different vibe around shows.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like I'm still gonna say to you guys, like Players Classic for me is the top
I agree.
UK destination for car shows. If there is anyone from abroad thinking about going to a car show and they choose one, I'll always say it's Players Classic. But I think you guys are on a good path to, as long as the passion's there, because you guys got a lot of passion behind
Many
it.
passion, no monies.
But that's how the greatest things happen, though.
Exactly.
It's passion
It's
over
all about
profit.
Yeah.
And you follow what you love and you do the right thing, and people will. If we're not out here ripping people off, being dicks, basically, and we build this thing naturally, and as following naturally, we will keep growing it, and we'll keep giving people what they want as much as what we can, as what we can afford to do.
Yeah.
We will do.
Then have a coffee van.
And we'll have another coffee van.
Multiple.
And
we're
have
gonna
a
have
fucking
Simon
coffee van.
specific
Coffee van.
Please.
No, there's two coffee
No,
vans.
but like seriously.
We learn. I promise you, we learn.
Anything else like
I'm so glad
if you've got one car cleaning company, yeah, fine. If you've got one wool company, yeah, fine, right.
we do it like
But if you've got one coffee company and it goes fucking broke, Matt,
it's a bad day.
no, it's a bad day.
I agree.
It's
You
a
need
fucking,
coffee.
especially when you're
Food's
hungover.
good though, isn't it? And it's not
Food
badly
was good.
priced either, is
No,
it?
but that's why I like
do.
it. It was good.
Bang for buck.
So, but have you guys not thought about like setting up your own bar?
We would if we had time. Like, it'd be brilliant.
You don't have to have time.
I think it'd be cool
Right,
to
you've
look
got
at,
you've got a
like-
missus, you've got a missus, right? They've got fucking time. Off you go, fucking pull a
My
pint,
missus
love.
has not got time. She is fucking sick of dealing with my shit.
Chloe deals
No time.
with more of Alex's shit. That's our lass. She
give
deals with more Alex's
off.
shit than she does my shit.
Give off. That's
No,
not
all
fair.
all fucking like designs and
Yeah.
flyers and it. Like Chloe's a graphic designer, so Alex does all that shit.
Well,
We dragged her. Into
so
it a
that's
long time ago.
basically your fault, not her fault, not Alex's
Not my
fault.
fault.
No, you've put it forward. I know someone who'll do that. Yeah, there you go, you dickhead.
But it works both ways.
Deal with
It's
that.
like when Chloe started, when you look at our earlier stuff, the development of driver's collection and how well everything is like visually on online and like as designs and stuff, really follows the path of Chloe, doesn't it?
Yeah, massively.
'Cause when she
grew
first
massively, 'cause
started,
she
she
just
weren't-
started doing it.
She just started doing it. She weren't qualified. She didn't do.
She was the only person who knew how to use a computer, so she did everything for us.
Yeah.
And then she just
Well,
fucking-
did she have the only computer in between all the guys around North?
Basically,
Yeah,
North?
pretty much. Yeah.
I think
Everyone
that-
used to
she
rent
tricked
their
me into
laptop
buying a
off her.
computer.
They
and
still on the dial-up internet. Mom, get off the fucking phone! I'm trying to load out a picture on driver's collection, yo.
Why, is there something else other than that? Keep giving us grief, and I'm going to fucking block you on Bevo, mate.
People.
You're not be getting my love.
Oh.
fucking me, though.
So, regards to the magma shot, have you sold many tickets already?
Yeah,
To
it's
there,
good.
mate, we're fucking. It's flying. It,
It-
it's all
it-
good.
It's a gradual increase. Year on year, things are they're going better and better. Like, I can't, I mean, as things get better and better, the stress gets higher and higher, and it costs more and more. And everything
I
else
know, I
gets
understand that
gross.
feeling. Yeah,
So I can't. It's a jump. The whole thing's been a jump, and it's been educational. We'll say that, shall we?
Yeah, it's good fun, though, isn't it? It's
But-
good fun.
You're not. I guess probably the best way to say it is just not comfortable unless you're out your comfort zone. Like,
I think it pushes you. I think the little bit of pressure is good.
keeps
You
you
got to
sharp.
push everything. We
Yeah.
push each other and chat at each other, and then.
But that's good. That's a good
Some good
friendship.
grows.
That's a good
Yeah,
friendship.
exactly.
Never ever fallen out. Like properly fallen
That's good.
out.
There's been many disagreements.
I have called him so many bad things, and likewise.
Yeah, there's been many things.
I can
Alex
imagine
has warned me not to
things
call
he
him tonight.
fucking calls me when I'm not here,
Yeah.
or
But that's why it works.
Yeah.
if I call him up, I say, Ollie, can you do this date on the podcast? Like, you fucking cunt. It's
That's
like,
your face as well, anyway.
you that's it to
Well,
my face. That's
there's
yeah.
nothing- I won't say anything behind his back.
Yeah, but
No,
that's
we won't
that's
say
the
to the
beauty.
face.
That's the
That's
beauty.
it.
I think that's how friendship forges.
It's much nicer to Liam when he's not around. So like when I talk to our lass or anybody.
Nah,
else, I'm
see,
like,
I
yeah, he's a
can't be
good
like
guy.
that.
He's not a bad guy. But
I
he's
can't be like
very
that
good.
because if I say it to
He's
his,
not.
if I say it to Ollie's face, he will never turn back up, and I'll be like filming the podcast with
Soon as you know your word.
my fucking phone. No, that's good.
It's good. It's good. It's good in it. It's good. That's what you need.
I can see a lot of potential in this.
Nobody likes a yes man, do they?
No,
And that's good. I mean, yeah, it works well. But yeah, I mean, like when you say like, what do we see for future from us? We're already way in front of what we ever envisioned for what we were doing, and certainly like when we booked this venue, I weren't entirely convinced that we were ever going to get us deposit back.
No, well, when we booked the venue, we were kind of talking about it. We were like, yeah, we're booked. We're going to view it.
yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm like,
just
yeah,
booked
we'll
it.
go and have a look. I've emailed them. We'll just walk around, and then,
And
it
then just you're walking around, and you're like, "This would be sick for this. This would, oh my god, this is going to look insane on photos." Or let's put this here. And
So hold on,
walk away,
you're
you're
basically you're the pusher. You're basically you're the yes man.
I'm like, yeah, it'll be all right. We'll figure out anything. I'm like, yeah, it'll be all right. We'll figure it out.
And Alex is behind like,
Worries.
yeah, okay, don't work. That'll be fine.
process goes,
We'll manage.
I see something. I'm overly ambitious, So I'm like, let's fucking go and look at this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
This will be fucking insane. Let's do this. Let's do this. We get there, get really excited, and then reality hits in. And I'm like, fuck me. I don't think we can do this. I'm like this year for Magna, when we were saying about, I'm like, I get married in June. This is going to cost fucking loads. If this don't go to plan, then I'm going to have to do this with my savings, or I'm going to have to sell my cars, or like basically saying like, oh, well, if it don't go right, then I'm going to have to sell Honda, basically, weren't it? Or whatever else. And then you go, well, at first I thought you were full of shit and what you were saying were a load of bullshit. And then now I've seen it, basically, yeah, I think we can do it. And then he drags me through other way. So I'm full of ideas and then anxiety, basically. And then he's like, don't.
So you're basically a fucking good duo.
Yeah,
It's
works
a good,
incredibly.
Isn't it?
It's one end to other. I'm quite optimistic, but if not, like, shit happens, we'll figure it out, it doesn't matter. And then he thinks of everything worst case, and then we meet somewhere in middle.
And figure out the
and it
best.
works. Yeah,
If I think
same with
somebody's
any-
going to stub the toe, get an ingrown toenail and sue us, I've already thought of a plan for that. That is literally like, I'm paranoid about any aspect of this anything that we do, what can go wrong. Whereas he's like, nah, it'd be
More
fine,
level.
we can do this or we can do that. And then he brings me out of my state of worry, basically. So, yeah, between us, there's a normal person there, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I like how you put it out.
I think that's probably how it works, isn't it?
Just about.
Very close. I mean, people who listen to this like, no, they're in.
The fucking...
No, they're in.
the
Fucking stage.
They've been up. Broadmoor, have you got 3 fucking patients missing? And 1 semi, you know? But guys, no, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you guys here and tell your story, and then
Fantastic.
how you guys came up with the idea and how you've progressed, how you fucking pushed Alex forward and sort of fueled him. And I'm really looking forward to see what's about to come. Alex, when is your car show?
30th of April.
30th of April.
Yeah, Magna Science and Adventure Centre.
When the people can buy the tickets?
They're live now.
They're live now.
Yeah, so if you want an advance ticket, so like as we said earlier on in the podcast, tickets are capped.
But where the fuck can I buy them?
Oh yeah,
The driverscollection.co.uk. Buy a public ticket, or if you turn up on day, you might not get in. So pre-buy ticket.
Yeah.
There you guys. You
Depending-
fucking heard it.
Depending when this goes out,
Yeah.
Show and Shine still open.
It should be 1st of April.
1st of April.
1st of April. Oh,
Show and
fine.
Shine's
We
still
should
open.
not take dates on the fucking podcast. Should we?
Depending on the day.
That's just extra stress. That's fucking extra stress. I don't need this. I've got a kid at home. All he's away next weekend where I wanted for. I've got someone that can come next weekend. Ollie is Ollie. No, Ollie's okay. No.
Depending on everyone's
No.
ability. Show and Shine may or may not be open.
Yeah.
No, the show will be after the podcast will air, hopefully.
Hopefully everything goes
Hopefully,
fine,
yeah.
and then-
No, you should do. I mean,
It's quite a way away yet still.
Yeah, we're still at time.
30th of April.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still at time.
like, right. Oliver, looking like a sexy sailor.
You confident
Oliver, the
now?
sexy sailor at the back. He's saying that the podcast will be able to go live before on the 1st of April. So it's on you. Yeah, you better check your fucking dates. We've got a month. Yeah, we've got a
Still
month.
February.
Yeah,
More than
we'll
that.
still.
Month and a
So anyway, if you want to win any of those t-shirts or hoodies, subscribe to our channel. They're only come in XL, and an L. And also, if you guys want to buy a ticket for the Drivers Collection show at the Magna and Science Museum in Sheffield, then go to where?
What we're in Sheffield.
The driverscollection.co.uk. Alex doesn't understand the internet.
We've got a website. Just get them off there.
Just go on our website.
Just search on the Google.
Just search on the Googles.
On the Google.
Just search on the Google for the Drivers Collection, and you get all your info. Guys, it's been an absolute fucking pleasure.
As always, mate. Good to see you.
Oh, no, absolutely fucking fabulous to have you guys on. Fucking, it's been an absolute laugh. I'm so happy that they've came on as first. Like,
Travelled down from fucking Sheffield as well.
fucking Sheffield in a Mark 1 Golf. In that fucking thing. Yeah.
Here we go.
Anyway.
Sure if I'm driving, I shouldn't be doing the fucking sat nav. I'm sure it's a passenger.
That is a passenger thing.
DJ
All right, fair
sat
enough.
nav.
That is, yes. I mean, the driver's there to drive, yeah? If you want a snack, it's a passenger's thing. If you want a sat nav, it's a passenger thing. If you want to if you want to drink, it's a passenger thing.
I take in your comments and I ignore all of them.
Guys, thank you very much. It's
Cheers,
been
mate.
fucking
Massive.
splendid.